Aye.
Aye, we good?
Mics are hot, and so is Paul.
Oh, yes.
Heyo.
The mics
Hello,
are,
everyone.
The mics are hot. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lin Six. No, welcome to Six Sides of Gaming's Friday Night Aces with Fox's Network. Paul and other guests here. Well, I'll let him introduce in the room with us, and then we will introduce our special guests online with us tonight.
Cool. So tonight we've got my daughter Sky,
Hello.
and we've got her boyfriend Taylor
Hello.
joining us to fight the Aces deck tonight.
Yeah, this
with
is
Tommy.
Taylor's test to see if he's worthy of
That is
future
correct.
guest.
True,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have to
sure.
not die tonight. It's the trial of initiation for Battletech.
Good luck with that.
Are you switching? You're switching. Cool. Yeah, you're switching though. Cool. I forgot I had the switcher. And then we've got online special guests, two pioneers in the industry right now. We have Chris from Hextech and Thunderhead Studios. Thunderhead Studios mainly, but Hextech is a product that he is 100% responsible for, influencing our
All
universes.
of the above.
Hello,
All
Chris.
systems online.
All systems
Wonderful to be had.
online. Yeah. Welcome. We look forward to, as you can see on the overhead. Listen, everyone who's watching, we know you didn't want very many overheads, so we've got other views you can see. And why is the volume going up on the TV? Sorry, tech problems. Yeah. Oh, I see. Our tech guy's testing, and he forgot to turn his Bluetooth speaker off. So as he tested the audio, which sounds really good, by the way. And then over here we go. There's the other side. You can see. I've already switched over. So we've got some nice close-ups for everyone. But before that, let's get on to our other special guest.
Yeah, we had this guy sneak onto the
Not so small.
onto the Discord tonight.
Not so small.
Let's
But
welcome Big Red. How you
40.
doing tonight, buddy?
I am unfortunately physically large, but one day I will hopefully be less large than I am. But yes, welcome everyone. Hello.
So it used
That's
to.
about as good as the intro gets.
I'm still stuck with Big Red 40K, but it's not Big
You know what?
40K anymore.
You know what, dude? That is one of the greatest moments I ever had on a live stream because I was streaming you guys while you guys were streaming at Adepticon, and the moment that you're just like Big Red 40K and you like glared at the camera is sincerely one of the funniest things to ever happen on stream.
I remember.
And I just remember everyone at the Catalyst table be like, "No, you need to stop."
I am, and I can say this on stream because I'm sure someone in Catalyst is watching, which they often do because they always slap me in the hand afterward. I am the black sheep, Joey from Friends, Catalyst person who, when Tom's on stream representing Catalyst in any way, they're like, "Oh God, we got to watch what he's doing because this is going to get out of control." But yes, folks, I am that guy. But we're here to play some Aces and then talk shop, like do some battle talking tonight as we play the game and have you guys
Oh,
participate.
talk shop. Oh, I
Yes.
misread that entirely.
Talk shop. Just to let you guys know,
We're
all
not
of
talking
this.
shit. Oh, okay, that's
Well,
fine.
we can talk shit too. Talk shop.
Oh, okay. All
We
right.
might have to shave in the middle. We're good. Hey, thank you very much. Tell Red has come up for him. He shall never escape. From Australia.
See, they put speechless face in the chat all the time, which is because I have a bot that reads them out. And so in your case, you don't have a bot that reads them out, so they have no power here. But in the middle of my live streams, you will hear this horrible AI-generated voice in the background going, speechless face, speechless face, speech... Like, just because they'll donate 50 speechless faces just to interrupt the stream because they love me. I tell myself they love me. That's.
I didn't know that. I should do this because Beskar66 did put two speechless faces and is booing and hissing right now. So we're going to have to boo Beskar. Poor Beskar, they were saying. But I will tell you this. The speechless faces are great, and you're my first $2 Australian dollars. You're my first Australian dollars. So good day, mate. I appreciate you. So let's move on from there and play some speechless face BattleTech.
You want to talk some shop real quick before we get going on with the game here?
All right, Paul.
So,
let's talk some
Chris,
shop.
what's the latest coming up for Hextech? You got anything
let me show this off.
in the hopper or
Oh,
coming up
God.
that people know about?
Oh, God. For Hextech specifically, well, I can say that there are a few things right now I am I'm not able to talk about that are coming soon. There are a couple of secret projects, but as far as things that I can talk about, uh, for a long time, as far as 3D terrain in BattleTech goes, one of the loudest and most constant, maybe not complaints, but wishes that I hear is the difficulty of doing negative spaces. When you're playing on a neoprene mat and you've got some raised terrain, but you want to do something like a lake that actually has some negative space to it, or a crevasse, or a canyon, or something like that. There are so many challenges with doing anything like that, with building the board up high enough without taking a ton of material to do so. I have a solution in mind. Whether it's a good one or not, we're gonna find out soon. It's something I've been working on for a little while, and hopefully I'll have some demonstrative pieces to show before long. But an easy way to make large areas of raised terrain either natural or city-based, like concrete edges, bunkers, reinforcements, things like that. It's been my project for the last month or so, and you know what? I'll say I'm proud of myself on this one. I've only completely started over from scratch 4 times, so I'm doing better than I usually do.
Well, as you can see here, everyone, this is Paul's display we put together. He brought some Hextech boxes in, which is a lot of the trim we have over here, which we'll get out on the screen eventually. This is some minis that I took from the Catalyst shelf the last time I was hanging out with them. I was like, I want some Rough Riders and some Dragoons, so I just grabbed those. Josh has got to paint them up still, and just a myriad of things, including dice from Foam Brain Games. They sponsor the channel, so we get all kinds of cool dice from them. So we're gonna use a lot of their D6s tonight. A lot of this stuff here is from Thunderhead. This material stuff. Hey, now you can see me. Paul just wants to be on screen so bad, and now he's not. But
That's unfortunate.
but all of this terrain here was made by Thunderhead, and you printed this stuff off. And some of the stuff that was printed and painted, modded, and then of course we've got, which I will then just cue over to the next thing here. Yeah, you can see me. Then we've got.
Feel like I'm on an infomercial.
I'm gonna here, right? And then we've got all this other cool stuff here that came out with Gale Force 9, which they are like some of the best when it comes to taking product and bringing it to a commercial grade, mass production kind of thing. So I'm very happy that and Jerry Holkins from Penny Arcade, actually, who's got a big Destinies thing going on, went on and on and on about just how much he loves that Gale Force 9 picked up this product, and so they're very happy for it. And he did that on a Catalyst stream too, so that was really weird. But well, we love Jerry.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh yeah. Everybody was like, "Uh-oh."
I love the Gale Force 9 terrain. I was really happy with it when I got a sample of it to make the video. So that was it's great. I think it's fantastic.
They've done a really good job with bringing it to everyone. And I have to say, my favorite thing so far, though, I think everyone will agree with me, the roads.
Yes.
They're not very complicated, but having printed and painted more of them than I care to admit, fuck that.
Right?
And I will buy many boxes.
That's amazing. Okay,
Wait,
so
I can curse on here, right? Is that a thing?
oh, go for it. This is, as long as it's not
Okay.
within
I
the
was
first
just
minute,
making sure.
we're damn good. I mean, like I said, the only
fix.
video that I've been sort of like moderately questioned on by YouTube was the one when Tex was here and he was talking about guns. He's mentioning guns he had that was like on his table, and we're like, oh, and then I guess YouTube didn't like that, so we'll just but that was still really cool. Tex is amazing. So, all right, Paul. Do we want to get into this mission? Are our friends here going to play some mechs with us and just tell us where they want to go, like Tuck did? Or?
Yeah. So Chris and Red himself are going to control a couple of the mechs. I'll read off a quick blurb on the scenario here that we're going to run tonight, and then
Put me in a Shadowhawk, baby.
Oh, I'm going to get annihilated, Dr. Death, 100%.
We have to do it.
All right. So this is the scenario that we ran at the Canadian National Exhibition a few weeks back. It was a concept designed by Josh, Tommy's partner, and then myself and Paul Henderson at the Fox Network kind of tweaked it, added some canon to it, and then added a little bit of our own spice. So what we got going on here is we have the Grey Death Legion making an assault and raid on the city of Cheyenne in the Lyran Commonwealth to retrieve one of their informants the night before the Grey Death Legion actually assault the city. So in order to do this, there's going to be a couple of special rules.
I'm doing the MechWarrior sound effects that you're doing it here. It's like
That's cool.
it's like
So special rules in this game are pretty simple. The first one is called making contact. The Grey Death Legion can contact the contact, Nakaido Tetsuko, to facilitate her escape. This is done by placing any unit within 4 inches or 2 hexes of any of the 3 objective markers. The 3 objective markers on the board are the 3 towers. If you can see, Tommy goes to the overhead, we can see my finger pointing at them here.
Tanako, thank you
We
so
got
much.
one here, and one here. In order to scan the tower, a unit has to be within 2 hexes of it. Once they're within 2 hexes, they cannot shoot or do a physical attack. They need to survive the end of the turn. Once they have successfully scanned all 3 towers, the contact tuxedo will reveal herself on a random D6 roll, the first 6 buildings inside the city. Once she's located, they do have a pack rat out there, the pack rat LRPV, that is going to run in and retrieve her. Okay. At the same time, in the city, the 10th Darien regulars are hunting for her. They have a motorized infantry platoon in the city. They will not activate until she has revealed her location. Okay, so same with the command lance. It's inside, that consists of a battle master, a pair of dragons, and a grasshopper. All the other units on the board are live. Grey Death Legion's going to have to fight their way to gain control, probably at least 2 of these before they can reveal her location. Okay?
And this is all AI.
This is all AI.
This is all the AI ASIS product that's coming up for next year that we're designing with Catalyst, for Catalyst, I should say. This is a Linvander OG original.
So on our side, player side, we have the Grey Death Legion. Okay? So Chris, Big Red, Red, I'm going to give you Grayson Carlisle and the Marauder.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. I am going to give Chris Lori Kalmar because I'm using your sculpt, Chris, on the model on the board.
Which one's here? This one here?
Right there.
Oh, this one's so good.
Oh no, sorry. Lori Kalmar's up here on the hill.
I'm gonna put it right beside this. Oh no! It took my Highlander out. You killed me. Damn it.
And then I will control Davis McCall and Delmar Clay in the command lance. Sky is going to be controlling the Fire Lance, which can see this mech is not here because it's Tommy. Okay. We're going to have Ali Khalid in his Warhammer, Isuro Koga in his Archer, and Cheryl in the other Shadowhawk. And Taylor is going to be controlling Gomez de Villar in the Griffin, Tracy Maxwell Kent in the Phoenix Hawk, and Aaron Sharpley and Randolph Blake in the pair of Stingers out on the board. Okay?
I just want to say that Chris took me out, so my Highlander's down. He got a critical hit on my gyro and took me down.
Yeah,
actually, he's made an even bigger mistake by making me Grayson Carlisle. First order of business, everybody. If it looks like that infantry platoon is going to capture her, do not let her be taken alive.
Hey, I got LRMs. We're good.
I mean,
so the
orders are
way the special target works in this is as follows. Once she's revealed herself, if nobody's picked her up, she will move at a pace of 3. We'll represent her with a small D6 on the board towards the home edge of the Grey Death Legion. If she is picked up, obviously by the pack rat or by the motorized infantry, either side's got to try and get her off the board, off their own home edge. That's how you win the game. Okay. If the pack rat or the motorized infantry platoon are shot, they can't be destroyed because of plot armor. What they're going to do is they lose 2 inches of movement, and you can also not shoot at the VIP.
I thought my mech was the only one that had plot armor.
Yeah. Now replacing Charles Bear in the Fire Lance for the Grey Death Legion is going to be Thomas Lynn 6, his Highlander, and his trusted sidekick and steed, the Pegasus.
Right up here beside Chris's mech, and then the Pegasus is my favorite little mech. That actually the only reason why I put the Pegasus in here is because it makes Paul roll his eyes 6 or 7 times a game. He wants it dead, and now Tex wants it dead too. So now I've got 2 friends who want it dead. So hopefully you guys will join the parade of wanting to kill the Pegasus, or join me.
I've been in that parade the entire time. I watch the streams, dude. I watch the streams.
Yeah,
I want to see that thing burn.
And have you ever noticed that it basically always comes out unscathed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, well, we ready to rock here?
Ready to rock and roll. So,
Sky or Taylor, who wants
real
the
quick,
honors for our
is
side
that
roll
a-
initiative here?
I think Sky does.
Is that a
Before we roll
Shadowhawk
for
2H
initiative-
that I'm in?
so what was that?
What model of Shadowhawk is that? Is that a 2H?
This one here?
Yeah, so Chris, you have a 2H. SHD 2H.
It's a I I love the
Actually,
boots.
what I'm going to do, Chris,
These boots are so sexy. These boots are made for DFAing.
I am
Yeah.
going to...
Real mechs have curves, baby.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's like the good old '90s cars before they started bubbling everything.
I'm going to shoot you each a message with the pilot cards on it, okay? On Discord.
So tonight we got Chris from Thunderhead Studios, responsible for the Hextech line, and almost actually I think pretty much all the terrain here, and then we've got myself, Lynn Vander, designer for Battletech Aces, which is the AI system for Alpha Strike and Classic next year, and Paul from Fox Network and his tribe of family members.
Let's go.
Sky, badass dice roller who destroyed us last. Using the AI dice destroyed us, and Taylor and her lovely partner
exists.
Taylor. Okay, so let's dig in. And Big Red from Big Red 40 Tech.
Yeah, Big Red's the and guy.
I got it. Tech.
He's the and guy.
He's the and guy
Yeah.
and friend.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with being the and guy. That's okay. Because I'm going to steal the show by lighting up the special guest. No, I'm kidding.
No,
We're going to capture it's like both PPCs into her this turn.
hey, that's great. So just for those of you watching, we're going to
We're
be
making
using
memories.
we're going to be using the AI decks that we've designed to test out on these Friday nights, and basically we're all on the same team. Big Red, Chris, Paul, myself, Sky, and Taylor. We are all working together. Now, unfortunately, I will have to roll. One of us or all of us taking turns will have to roll dice for the AI because
Not Sky.
we don't have AI to roll the dice
Sky's
yet.
not rolling against us tonight.
We should. We want this to be difficult.
Yeah.
Okay.
Accept the challenge.
And so I will just take time reading out some of the cards at some point. Eventually, a lot of the AI will start to automate. You'll know where they're going to go because when you play BattleTech regularly, you kind of know where certain mechs are going to end up going when you're playing against decent partners. So the AI will operate like that. And so for the sake of speeding this up, I won't read every single logic out. I will try to, summate or just their action economy and telling you where they're going to go. So.
Remember, you have the power to white out parts of those commands there, dude. You can defeat the AI by just erasing the commands.
What's interesting
and
about that, and this is what Josh is always like, I can't believe you do that. Because I have to write it down afterward. Sometimes I notice some of the development cycles that the AI needs to go through as we're playing, and I auto mod it in my head and then make a note of it because he doesn't want me to auto mod some of the cards. But I'm like, no, this is where it's gonna go, so we're gonna put it there now, and then we'll mod the card, and then it makes the AI harder, I think. So, but we will, for you guys who will eventually get the product, we will have easy hard mode. So easy and hard mode. So you can play the AI with easy mode to get trained, and then we're going to put it into hard mode where it's going to have a whole bunch of perks that should hopefully kick your butt, teach you how to be a better player. So that being said,
The possibility remains for us to pull a Kobayashi Maru, is what you're saying.
I love it. I can't wait. We could do our own BattleTech Kobayashi Maru. We can all design it together. It'll be like the scenario that you should not win, and see what happens.
That's any scenario Tommy plays, though.
And I okay, so I'm gonna roll for the AI, and so Tuck has a really cool rule we should kind of adopt, which is we'll start rolling. Someone here can start rolling for us, and if you fail the initiative roll, then we'll just pass it around until everybody, you know what I mean? So who would like to start first?
And I want to shout out to Tuck. I saw him pop a message in there. Tuck, welcome aboard, buddy.
So who would like to roll first for us?
You're up.
Sure.
Okay, so Taylor's gonna roll first. I'm gonna roll for the
Roll.
AI. AI comes out with a 10.
6.
All right, and Taylor's not running initiative again for the rest of the game. So, what are our mech counts, Paul?
It's company v company.
Oh, so we're moving company v company?
Actually, we should have one extra because we have the Pegasus.
Well, we'll just move the
You're
Pegasus.
you're taking the dog.
So
for a walk,
so this company here doesn't move though. So I'm gonna go to the overhead for a
So
second
right
here.
now they're gonna have 8 versus our 13.
So these guys are not moving right now.
Not right now. No.
Okay, I'll take them out, so they're not going to be sinking anything here. That means they have 8 versus our 13. That means because we lost initiative,
We go 1 for 1 until we're double.
are we moving mech by mech or company by company?
We'll go. You want to?
We can go mech by mech if you
Mech
want.
by-
It,
go
it
mech
might-
by
it might
mech, it'll
take
be
longer, but yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it'll be pretty quick. All right. So I'll move first.
Yes.
Here. I got McCall and I got Delmar Clay in the Wolverine, right? So McCall is standing on the hill here, so he's going to come down 1, 2, 3.
This one here with
The rifleman. Yep.
Okay.
He's moving at 8, so it's 3. He's going to step down like that and go there and give him a 1 mod.
1 mod.
Yep.
Okay. So McCall's going there. Nice. All right. And now they get to make a move.
That's correct.
All right. So I have dealt out decks based on their roles. Weirdly enough, we've got 5 snipers, 2 strikers, and a brawler, and a partridge in a pear tree. And at the top of my AI cards, I have numbers, and the numbers will indicate which in the initiative role they go. And it looks like the first thing that is the first mech that's going is the Grand Dragon 1G at 212. It's the 31.1 as opposed to the 30.1. Where do you?
I'm laughing at Jason's comment about how he thought Tuck was going to beat the AI, but they're the Borg and they assimilated him.
The Borg. Did he play the rules as written
Yeah.
cards? And
Yeah.
it's a tough one. Okay, so which Grand Dragons are which here?
They're numbered. So there's
31 and 30.
31 and
So
30.
31's going first.
So that is right here.
Allow me to add some cinematic flair to it. Quote, when I watched Battlebound play, I was fine. I was like, finally, the AI has met its match. But the AI is the Borg, and they assimilated him. There you go.
Where's he go?
So it says here it's first to move, and which it is not because it won initiative. It wants to move to the next thing. It doesn't have jump jet, so it's going to ignore the jump jet logic. And it wants to, if any enemies are within 12 to 18, I don't think there's anything
Not
within
quite yet.
18.
Oh yeah, there is.
18? Okay, well,
Yep.
since there's an enemy in 18, it would like to get within 12 of the most allies in line of sight. So it wants to get its allies in line of sight if it can to it. It wants to get line of sight to the lowest TMM enemy that it can get to and the nearest, and it does not seem to care
Full cover.
for cover.
So he's going to come right down here.
It's going to come. It's going to do its full move. It
moves
wants
12,
to get
right?
within 12. It currently moves 10, and it wants to get within 12. So getting within 12 means
5,
that
6.
it will
He's
go
gonna get
behind,
there, yeah.
on the woods here. Within 12. It's going to go here.
Here or behind
Here.
it?
Yep.
Yep. Behind him. There we go.
It'll take the woods cover because it wants to go and stay in a 12 inch.
And you got
It's a sniper.
He's a 2
code, right?
movement, right?
Okay, and that's it for him. Yep, and it is a 2 TMM, correct? You said you had these things.
I did, but I didn't bring him over on my side.
Okay. All right, here's your tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's that. Now we get to move another one, I believe. It's 12 to 7.
Correct.
Okay. Now we'll start doing 2s afterward, right?
Red. Actually, no. Red and Chris should wait a little bit because they're right in the middle of the board.
Well, what do you guys say?
Yeah, it would. I'm looking at the overhead display. There's nowhere I can realistically move until more of them move, where I can actually start taking shots or taking proper cover.
As long as I don't start taking shots being out in the open like that, I'm satisfied to wait a bit.
Right. And then we've got this entire unit over here that
so
that we can get rid of.
Sky or well, Taylor's controlling the recon lance, which is the lighter mech, so the 4 up in the front. So we'll probably go with one of Sky's, maybe that Archer.
This Archer?
Yeah, move him over and get cover, maybe Sky over beside the
Where do you want this guy
hyperpulse
to go?
center.
What guy is that? This guy.
This guy. Yep.
Like, sure. What do you think? I was gonna say where he pointed
You
the
got
first
you got
time.
4 enemies here.
Oh god, I
you
didn't
got
even
2
see
that
those
can
guys over there.
You got 4 there, and you got these guys are going to come up through here probably, and these guys are going to come here. So there's going to be a big fight here on the first turn. So you probably want cover.
So in
So cover would be probably to back up to about here.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because she's
Okay.
an archer, right? So she wants to stay. And
Yeah,
what's
she's
the
a-
what's
she's
the
a 1
TMM?
mod.
1, okay. 1 there for Archer. Going back to the enemies, which I'll just overhead. The next in the list of the enemies is the other dragon, actually. No, I lied. The Panther, number 3 Panther. And it wants to do the following things.
That's this one.
It does not have jump jet, so it will not try to get to high elevation. Instead, it wants to follow the exact same logic as the other one, except it wants to remain in cover if it can. Because it's a
He
sniper.
can, he can go behind the tower.
It actually wants to die for the coordinator. That's actually what it wants, and we're going to help it.
It gains cover
When
from
you
the tower.
follow its goals down to the root, yes.
And it's a 1, right? The Panther's a 1?
Panthers a 2.
A 2?
And then, so that brings it down to 2, 4, 6 of them, and we're at 12. So now we have to move 2.
So we're going to move 2 here. So let's move... Taylor, you got those 2 stingers up at the front there.
Yep.
They're not... They're like harassers, right? We probably want to move them towards the end, so you maybe get behind somebody after they move.
I can move. Look, the
But
Highlander.
yeah, the Highlander here can get into position.
So the question is, so we have to go and
You bringing
scan
your,
these guys,
you
right?
bringing your dog with you?
Well, my dog is going to save the day.
Oh, okay.
My dog needs to hold you back. The question I have is, we have to scan this, and the last one, right?
Correct.
So maybe the Pegasus
the
can
stinger,
go and
or
can
the
go
stinger. One of the stingers can go run around there and hide there and scan it.
And, you know,
Yeah.
well, the Pegasus is useless, right?
Well, no, he's
It's
a killer.
basically one step above an Irby.
He's an assault killer.
That's true. Well, are there any Banshees out there? So we'll move this. I guess we'll move my 2 guys. So what we'll do is the Pegasus will just go right in there to study the. It has to be adjacent to it.
Yeah, within 2.
Okay. Well, it's gonna go right in there and hide out. Luckily for me, it has a team of 3, so it's just gonna hide out in there. And then I think the Pegasus. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can fly up here or
Yeah,
fly over here.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you're not gonna be able to see
Support
anything, right?
Chris, right?
Yeah.
Arvin has
no.
tagged me in the chat and goes, "Remember, it's not against the Ares Convention if the orbital bombardment is with Savannah Masters."
Oh man, Savannah Masters, those things. Steiner, what losers. I can fly up here and get a shot off at that one dragon.
That works.
All right, so I'll just 6. I'm up there.
You guys want to hear the ultimate oxymoron?
Yes, I do.
Steiner victory.
Dragon Lord, yes, it is the Great Death Legion versus the 10th Darien Regular.
Anybody notice that the Steiner colors, that blue and silver kind of thing, is equivalent to the Maple Leafs, the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
And it makes sense, doesn't it? It
They
makes
just
sense.
never win, but the fans are so diehard.
But they spend a ton of money on things and they never win.
And they never win, yeah. Sorry about the Leaf fans out there. I'm Canadian. Got to do that. All right, so we've moved our 2 guys now. And now we're going to make our way over to the AI. And AI is 243. It's the other Grand Dragon now. And that Grand Dragon would like to get within 24, or its medium range, from the nearest enemy, which would be the rifleman there. It wants to get cover, and it would like to try and get in line of sight to the lowest TMM as well, which, because I jumped, it will be this guy. So that other dragon's going to move into cover, right? Yeah, maybe that would be good.
It's either
He'll go to that tree.
It's either here. No, it'd be there.
There.
Because, yeah.
Put him there. There he goes, and that's the best. He's not progressing forward, which the AI does not want him to, which is good. It lets him go lateral.
As
gives him
Red and I were
defenses.
talking about yesterday, we got a pair of bush dragons, Red.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. It's the right tactic. It's always the right tactic.
It's crazy. I look at the chat. It's like a brand new chat. There's so many people chatting right now. What's this? Why be so?
Oh, these are all people from like, they follow me because they want to make my life hard. That's gonna be honest. If you read most of the comments, they're not gonna be.
Well,
they're not rooting for. They're not rooting for me.
Roland HG says, as long as it's not the Habs, and I hate to say it,
Roland, I can almost guarantee is a Boston Bruins fan.
I am a Habs fan. So let's go. Hey,
I am
Ryan
also
Labrie.
a Habs fan.
You're a Habs fan, Big Red?
Yeah, I don't follow hockey that much, but the only team I actually even remotely care about is the Canadiens. So,
Oh my God,
yeah.
you and I are le best friends. So because of that, I said now I have to defend you, and now I have to kill our target now to help you.
I think I'm the only Canadian that hates hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mildly disinterested by hockey.
I haven't followed hockey in many years, but you know I had to. I was raised a Habs fan in a house full of Leaf fans, and all my friends were Bruins fans, so I was kind of a solo. But you know, when you win the most cups in the '90s and the '80s, it's kind of easy to be that guy.
Monsieur Labrie has joined us.
That's right.
On his
We're
lunch
here to
break.
make Red's experience better, and a whole bunch of those faces.
Yeah, he wants the speech. The speech. I'm
Shameless
telling you,
speech.
man.
Faceless
They're
speech.
here.
Shameless
They're
speech.
here.
We moved the
Here for
dragon.
the speechless face.
We're up.
We got to get back to the next round here.
We're up. So we
This
got
game is never going to go anywhere because there's so many amazing people chatting right now. You know what? You're Boston born. Okay, so I love Boston. Okay, they're like my favorite rival team to play against, and I actually think when the Habs lose to them, I'm honored because we have such a good rivalry. Because Boston is one of the few places in the U.S. that I could live. It's as beautiful and as amazing as Montreal, just without the French driving.
You like the chowder.
I love the chowder. I love the black and white cookies and the cannolis, and it's a place where everyone knows your name. So, going back on here.
We're moving 2, I would assume here.
Yes.
I think it's safe to move that Warhammer, Sky.
This one?
Yep.
Which is the Warhammer? This one?
No, right behind
one?
him. No,
This
That
there
one.
you go.
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually, guys. I designed for the game. I don't know anything about it, though.
So that Warhammer is a direct fire support mech. It's going to assault, but we also don't want to leave it exposed. I'm thinking, probably these guys are going to come out and start shooting.
Yeah.
Right?
What's a
These guys are
Sibkin? What
Oh, you
Sibkin
don't want to know.
jokes?
You do not mind that vein, my
Oh,
friend.
sorry. I think I
You-
minded
you-
by accident by asking because
Yeah,
Red just said,
yeah.
Red, can we start the Sibkin jokes? I kind of
Yeah,
want to know
so
the Sibkin.
so it is
like
it
a
is part of being part of a Sibco, and it is a very it can be a very interesting part of the setting, but that's as far as I'm going to elaborate on that.
Is
That
it
is
like an
the
Irby?
kindest way I feel like you could
Actually-
possibly put that.
Shirtless
It's 8, yeah.
first.
You can move them
I don't know how I can
Probably down
possibly
that hill.
explain this in like a meaningfully helpful
right to
way
Yeah.
without
Move
without
straightforward,
making
right?
this chat a total cesspool.
Like so.
So I'm just not
He's a
going to explain.
I think it's bad because everybody is like yelling, no rabbit hole, don't shut the door, shut the door, and everyone's yelling and screaming right now. So whatever everyone did with the Sibkin, this is great. Sibco, I'm stuck in the washer.
Shadowhawk here. Cheryl.
Help me,
Yeah.
Sibco.
Yeah.
So
So,
it has
I'll
begun
just
then.
so do you know anything about Aiden Pride?
No.
Aiden Pride is a
dirty
hero.
planner. He's a dirty
Aiden
planner.
Aiden Pride is a hero of Clan Jade Falcon. Did you know that Aiden Pride has a free birth daughter?
A free birth?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
free birth
clans-
daughter.
The clans mate in vats. They genetically reproduce each other. But sometimes when they fall in love, they have natural birth. That's what's called a free birth.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
Face Alabama.
Base
and-
Alabama.
all I'll say is that the mother of his daughter is a woman named
Cheryl?
Perry, and if you go to their Sarna article,
Oh, 6.
you will see the relationship that Perry and Aiden Pride had with one another biologically, which is disturbing. That's
So we-
so that's the problem.
Wait, Sibkin
Wait.
is a sibling.
I'm glad
kindred,
we've
or-
inside of
Did you say Cheryl?
inside of 40 minutes
Cheryl.
we've brought the subject around to incest. We're doing pretty well.
Wow, this is crazy.
So-
Okay,
so
Well, we've
that's why
moved to-
that's why they're all doing it in the chat.
Tommy's getting his crash course on the clans.
Just like Paul, we gotta make a smaller couple of lances for these games because we're spending more time talking about things like siblings being freeborn, which is great. I could do this all night.
you just don't go there. It's a terrible place to go.
I bet you the fella that said that on chat is laughing their heads off right now.
Well, they're all cackling. They're all cackling behind their keyboards, 100%.
So we've got the other Panther that's moving next, and it wants to get cover from most enemies into the line of sight with the enemy that has the lowest health that it can see, and it would like to try and get line of sight to that enemy while maintaining the most cover and or complete cover from every other mech.
Activated or not unactivated?
It is the other Panther.
Yep.
It will go after activated first and then check the board. So the lowest health enemy might be this
Shadowhawk, yeah.
Shadowhawk. So if I were to follow the AI correctly,
It would go like this.
No.
No.
it will go there behind the wall,
Here.
tucked in. Because according to the AI in the sniper deck, it wants to get as much full cover and cover from everything else as possible while trying to get only line of sight on its target. And in this case, its target is that shadow. So the AI is hidden out from it, so it shouldn't be able to be shot for anything else.
So it's how many we have left to move? We have 4. We have 6. They have 1, 2,
They
Three,
have 4
4.
left.
So it's 1 for 1. So Chris, Red.
Mhm.
if you're on the overhead. The only things they've got left to move on that side of the board is the K2 catapult and the grasshopper. I'm thinking if one of you two move, when it does come up for them to move, they may activate based off your movement. So one of you making a move here might help us, do enough.
Oh yeah. So I can see a little bit from my Marauder. I think I might be able to get a spot on that Panther, or I might be able to get a spot on that Dragon if I go through the canyon a little bit. If I have the movement total to do that, is it possible for me to? Yeah, is it possible for me to get the Marauder in range to fire on the Panther?
The 2 Panthers here, so you'd want to go down this way, right?
So the Panthers are here. Yeah, you can.
What's the total
He's
movement for the
8.
Marauder?
He's an 8, so he can move 6 hexes after he comes down that hill.
Yeah, so 6. He can get down. He can get down in here.
He can stay here.
You know what? He still wants cover, right? Just in case these guys come around.
Yeah.
I think that laser will allow us to hit him. Yeah, he can go right there and get him. I think.
Yep.
Does that look like it's?
Yeah,
ready?
I'll take that move. Yep. It's important to remove the weaker pieces from the board if possible.
Particularly something with a PPC on its arm.
Yeah,
Panther
it's not as durable. It's a pretty durable light mech, but it's not as durable as like a heavy. And if you can delete it early, remember getting pieces off the board is an incredibly important part of any tabletop game,
So
especially one that has an initiative system that alternates like BattleTech. So if you can remove that piece, you're giving your side a permanent advantage, provided you're not losing a piece as well.
Right. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Red.
Well, I'm just explaining things to the people in the chat, right? Like I'm just trying to be
It makes
helpful.
perfect sense.
Redundancy.
It's perfect. And so I don't know if you can see that, but that's where I got you a perfect shot, and you're hidden from the other guys.
Nice.
The chat is behind a little bit. So okay, now they got to move one. So I'm gonna move one real quick and then find out.
The chat is behind a little bit in more.